Hello, hello. Fine. Good evening, everybody. Myself, Ankur Chowdhary, and I'm a faculty of planning in School of Planning and Architecture, UPES University, Dehradun. Welcome to the UPES. UPS University, he is having his presence in energy, infrastructure, transportation, information technology, legal process, education sector. And we have an endeavor to be recognized as a national builder university with a progressive vision of creating specialized professionals in the core sector that can contribute in the economic growth of the country. We have many colleges and centers under UPES. We have College of Engineering and Studies, College of Management and Economics, College of Legal Studies, Center for Information Technology, School of Design, School of Planning and Architecture, School of International Diplomacy, School of Public Policy and Governance. For School of Planning and Architecture, our mission is the capacity building in managing the process of development. The new development model of highly urbanized scenarios should not trade off with the natural environment and at the same time offer ample opportunity for our people. Our objective is to use the sector-based expertise for which the UPS is known for offering highly multidisciplinary planning education, to benefit from the strong interdepartmental and interdisciplinary connections across UPS, to provide a conducive learning environment for students, to promote professional planning in our geographical area and across India. We are gathered here to discuss about Masters of Planning, which is a grand opportunity to build a career in planning. The content of the webinar is Urban Planning in India, Professional Urban Planning Education, Understanding various specializations in Masters of Planning, what exactly is the program structure and what are the career prospects. Let's discuss the urban planning in India. First, let's understand what exactly is urban planning. Urban planning, often called planning, it's also called regional, city or town planning, is basically a technical and a political process because it involves a lot of political will to implement the projects of city level. It is concerned majorly with the use of land, that means to which use the land is put for, and design of the urban environment including air and water, which is very essential for the human life. And lastly, the infrastructure passing into, that means over and below the ground, into and out of the urban areas such as transportation and distribution networks. It includes water supply and many other things also. So moreover, the planning is a technical and a political process concerned with the use of land and design of the urban environment. It includes infrastructure also. What exactly is the outcome of planning? These kind of urban form, these kind of cities basically are the outcome of the urban planning. So this is basically a planned future of an urban area. So let's understand in the context of India what kind of India, how the India will going to urbanize. By 2050, the world will change, and it will change like 875 million people will be in urban areas in India, and 1038 million people will be in urban areas of China. So India and China will going to benefit, and most of the population will migrate to the urban areas. The total percentage will be of the 75% population, which is currently only 31% who are residing in the urban areas. Basically, why people migrate? Because urbanization accompanies economic development and it contributes a higher GDP. This is because the urban areas provide the agglomeration that the industrial and service sector needs. It provides basically a place to interact with the people, to basically do business. People can interact with lot many other people to increase the economy basically. In fact, 90% of the world urban population growth will take place in developing countries, with India taking a significant share. Now you can understand what kind of effect it will going to have in India. Indian urbanization by 2030, because 2050 will be too late. Let's understand what exactly will be the scenario by 2030. The GDP of India will be 5 times of the current one. Almost 60 crore people will be in urban areas, which is exactly twice the population of the United States, and 70% of the employment will be in these cities. So you can imagine, and it will definitely cost something, and that cost will be almost 1 lakh crore dollars, according to an estimate from the consultant KPMG. The plan is also crucial for attracting investment, which while providing jobs for the millions or more Indians who join the workforce every month. But there are a lot of challenges which lies with urbanization. The challenges are like this. Nearly 80% of the sewage in developing countries is discharged untreated and pollutes rivers, lakes and coastal areas. This is because of lack of infrastructure and unplanned development. Every day 2 million tons of human waste is disposed in water bodies. In developing countries, 70% of the industrial waste is dumped untreated into water, where it pollutes the potable water supply. And lastly, the half the world's wetland have been lost since 1900. So you can imagine what kind of impact the unplanned urbanization is having on the earth. Basically, the quality of the life had degraded drastically due to the unawareness about the planned urbanization and planning techniques. Basically, very few people are aware with town planning and planning techniques. This challenge need to be turned into opportunity to harness the benefit of urbanization, which we had discussed earlier. There are a lot of actions which government is taking. Basically, the 7 cities in the DMIC had already been planned, and the work had already started in 2014. 24 cities are under planning, and they will going to develop in the DMIC corridor only, that is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, till 2040. Then in every state 2 cities will going to develop as a smart city under phase 2 of the JNURM, and overall we will going to have 100 smart cities, and these will be the economic engines in the economy of India, and they will going to produce basically the jobs what we require today. And in addition to the above, we will going to have 500 cities with urban rejuvenation mission, in which the whole city will not going to be financed. Basically, the projects, the part of the cities or projects in the cities will get financed from the center. Overall, this whole will going to cost basically the project approximately Indian national rupees 1 lakh crores had been already allotted for the urban development in India. Hence, you can understand how the urban planning will going to grow in India. Let's understand what exactly is urban planning education. Traditionally, professional planning education was offered to geographers, sociologists, economists, architects and engineers in India. Basically, these guys, after doing MA Geography, MA Sociology, MA Economics, and in addition to BArch and BE Civil, these pass out students from these streams basically enter into a 2-year program called Masters of Planning, or oftenly called MTech Planning. And when they, after completing the course, they complete 1 year of work experience, they are eligible for the membership of the Institute of Town Planners, and then they can practice as a freelance town planner, and they can be called as a registered town planner. Basically, only 21 institutions are offering masters in town planning with various specializations. If there are options that you can enter into this field after 12th also. If you have mathematics with 50% marks in aggregate, You can go for a 4-year bachelor's of planning, BTech planning, which is offered in India. And with that, you can, after completing the course, you can have 2 years of experience. Then you will be eligible for the membership of the Institute of Town Planners, and you can become a registered town planner. But only 6 institutions are offering at the bachelor's level. Currently, we have a huge scarcity of planners in India. The blue one you are seeing, we only have 6,000 registered town planners in India. But for a population like India, for a country like India, for urban areas like India, we at least need 3 lakh town planners in India, who will going to basically draw the development plans of the master plans, regional plans, or sector level plans, town planning schemes, and they can basically draft the policy framework, they can manage the development, they can talk of all this at the national, state, city, all at all 3 levels, national, state, city level, and they can also talk about sector level, and they can also talk about the project level. This all involves basically engineering, management, development, and then finally, when people are trained in this, people becomes planner. Let's understand the specialization. You would have heard that I am a transport planner. Somebody says I am a urban and regional planner. What exactly is that? So we are also offering specializations. Basically, at an M-Plan level, the 2-year long Masters of Planning program is offered, which leads up to award of M-Plan degree. The program offers several specializations, which draws on strength of the school, constituent colleges, and the university. The program offers core courses to develop theoretical knowledge in urbanization process, planning approaches, challenges of urbanization, land use planning, governance and development, and socio-economic issues of urban and regional areas, and environmental issues as well. Then student, apart from the basic core courses, they can select for the specialization by opting as per the personal goals from the range. The range is as follows. At master's level, we have specializations available in urban and regional planning, environmental planning, transportation planning. There is one more course, that is Masters of Technology, Building, Engineering and Management. Let's understand urban and regional planning. Urban and regional planners works toward sustainable, equitable and orderly development. The current tools basically to implement are the master plans, regional plans, city development plans, etc. The graduates will be expert in preparing the above and will contribute to the development through facilitating better access to land and housing, infrastructure services, employment opportunity in urban and regional areas. The target is to educate and train students with interdisciplinary knowledge and skill and ability to work from local to the regional level. Urban and regional planning will offer studios in land use planning, ranging from metropolitan region to the city level up till ward level plans. Then we have another specialization, that is environmental planning. Environmental planning is a process of facilitating decisions to carry out development with due consideration given to the natural environmental as well as social, political, economic and governance factors, and provide a holistic framework to achieve sustainable outcomes. Basically, the course target to develop an understanding of the various aspects of environmental planning by introducing an array of subjects, namely environmental economics, environmental monitoring, environmental policies and legislation. Environmental EIA is basically the part, even climate change. And these guys will be offered studios in environment impact assessment, environmental management plans as various levels, that means city level to the state level. Then coming to the Masters of Planning, transportation planning. This transportation planning talks about every kind of transport that we had seen Basically, the transport planning is a cross-cutting specialization. It talks of environment as well as urban and regional planning, and crucial in planning sustainable developments, because the 40% of the pollution is caused due to the transportation, and ensuring accessibility by all individuals. Transport planning is about preparing, assessing, and implementing policies, plans, and projects to improve and manage our transport systems. There is a need for transport planning on a local, regional, national, and international level. It can involve understanding the link between the transport and the future shape of our towns and cities, the economy, the environment, and climate change, and the quality of the life. It is also about changing people's attitudes towards travel to encourage use of alternatives to the private cars. Transport planning offers studios on preparing comprehensive mobility transportation plans at city and regional level. The salient features of our course at UPES is that the curriculum encompassing economic development, urban design, land use, housing, energy, place management, transportation, and environment. Exposure to the full range of professional planning practice associated with the regularity, framework, public finance, and urban development process. Engagement with the leading urban planning practitioners who represent professional excellence from local, regional, and international organizations. Access to university-wide resources and special initiatives exploring interdisciplinary and innovation themes in cities around the world. Located in UPS Dehradun State of Art campus in the foothills of Uttarakhand and near to the National Capital Region. Let's understand the program structure. Basically, as you will go in the higher semester, the specialization will going to increase and the common subjects will going to decrease. In the first semester overall, the number of common subjects will be very high. In second semester it will reduce, and then in the last semester there will be very less common subject. Let's understand exactly what exactly is the structure. We will be having the core courses common for all streams. We will be studying socio-economic basis for planning, remote sensing and GIS, planning techniques, urban infrastructure and transportation planning, planning history and theory. And these all will be core subjects for all these specializations. Then they will study one subject of their specialization. The urban and regional planning guys will going to study housing, environment and planning. Environment guys will going to study introduction to environmental planning. Transportation students will going to study introduction to urban transport planning. Then there will be a common lab for all in the first semester. There will be a planning studio in which you will be appreciating a film. There will be a literature review. There will be area appreciation and site planning exercise. There are various credits for every task. In the lab 2, area and a zonal level plan you will going to prepare. In semester 2, there will be 4 common subjects and there will be groups of subjects according to the specializations. City and metropolitan planning, infrastructure planning and management, project appraisal and planning, governance and planning will going to be common for all the specializations. Urban and regional planning guys will going to study planning for regions and district planning and rural development. Environmental planning students will going to environmental law and legislation, monitoring and assessment. Transportation planning students will going to study urban transport planning and transport economics. You can sit in any of the other specialization lecture also. It's open for all, but there will be no credit for that, and hence there will be a very multidisciplinary environment in which you can sit in any of the specializations class. In the first semester also you can sit in the class of the other specialization. There will be a program elective, GIS project and traffic engineering, and from which you have to choose one. There will be a program elective 2, either energy management or urban design. Then there will be specialized labs The urban and regional planning students will going to have a lab on urban development plan. Basically, they will be preparing a development plan or a master plan for a population of around about 4 to 5 lakhs. Environment students will prepare urban management plan, and students will going to prepare a transportation plan for a population of 4 to 5 lakh urban area. In the third semester, there will be no common subjects as such, but you can sit in you can have 2 subjects from other specializations. The urban and regional planning guys will going to study environment and development planning, rural development and management, politics and public policy, urban development and management. Environmental planning students will going to study environmental design, environmental impact assessment, environment protection and management, and emerging environmental concepts. Transportation planning students will going to study transport infrastructure design, transportation modeling and planning, logistic and freight distribution, traffic control system, and road safety. Apart from their own 4 courses, they will going to opt for 2 more courses from any of the other specialization. That means if somebody is from urban and regional planning, then he can opt a subject from environmental planning, that could be environmental design, and he can opt one more subject from transportation planning, either transport infrastructure design or transportation modeling and planning. Then there will be a program elective, either inclusive urban planning or intelligent transport system. Then they will be having the specialized labs for their as per their specialization. And the URP students will going to study the regional metropolitan regional plan. The environment students will going to study the regional environment planning lab. In the transportation students will going to study the comprehensive mobility plan. Then there will be a summer training review. In the last semester, basically there are 2 subjects which are common for all. One is professional practice for planners, which is very much needed, and development planner. Finance, that is basically all about how to finance basically for the development. And there will be a dissertation which will be of major credits in this semester. The total credit points for overall program will be 100. This is the program structure, which is basically a very multidisciplinary, designed in a very multidisciplinary fashion. There is one more course, that is Masters of Technology, Building Engineering and Management. Building engineering and management is concerned with engineering and construction management of building project. It talks about engineering, it talks about planning and scheduling, it talks about monitoring, so that the projects can be completed in stipulated time, cost, quality. Nowadays, very large buildings, very large premises are developed because people are investing in India, and for that a lot of building engineering and management are required. They basically study the construction and project management, financial and contract management, material and labor management, cost and quality control, advanced construction techniques. These will be subjects, and in addition to the above, they will going to study the structure systems of the buildings also. We have very good lab facility at UPES. We have a dedicated GIS lab in which you can analyze the maps and you can work upon the various layers. Basically, GIS provides you to analyze layer by layer. Basically, to prepare a master plans, we have to at least analyze 30 to 40 layers, One of the layer could be of survey, soil, which type of soil is there, then the land cover, then wetlands, floodplains, zoning, what kind of zoning is there, parcels, what kind of land holding size is there, then topography. These are few of the layers which are shown in the maps. We also have drawing printing facility at UPES. We have other labs also to basically check the air quality, water quality. We have dedicated labs. These are all comes under environmental labs. We have a dedicated CAD lab apart from the GIS lab. We have a surveying lab. We have a dedicated model making workshop, as you can see on the right hand side, and we have a transportation lab, which is very much required for planning education. Let's talk about the career prospects. You can enter into private practice as a town planner. You can work in architecture and planning firms. You can work in NGOs, which are nowadays very sector specific. Few are working on health, few are working on infrastructure, few are working on water supply, and they basically needs planners because they know what exactly the development mean to a common man. Then there are a lot of posts in government institutions like town and country planning departments, urban local bodies, that means municipal corporation, require town planners to implement various projects. Then development authorities, basically develop the whole area and then hand it over to the people, and various other departments like transportation department, like then real estate organizations, because nowadays a lot of large real estate projects are designed and implemented. Then you can enter into academics also, and there is a lot of scope in research and development. Basically, urban planning is a profession that offers a wide range of opportunity for people with many different talents and aspirations. Thank you. Please feel free to ask questions.